it certainly is heating up over here. As you said, we're in Bahrain, an island midway up the Persian Gulf that serves as home to the Navy's Fifth Fleet. Now, the Navy is expected to take the lead role in any military action against Iraq. That's because the Air Force's land-based jets in Turkey and Saudi Arabia are having trouble securing the rights to launch their air attacks if required. This demonstrates a lack of support from some of the previous coalition members. So what this means is the Nimitz and her 75 jets, including Tomcat Squadron 211 out of Oceana, will get really busy. Now add to all of this the air wing of the Norfolk-based carrier George Washington, which has just been ordered to the Gulf, and you literally double the amount of naval air power in the area. Already in the Persian Gulf are the Nimitz, as we said, and at least 6 other vessels, 5 of which can fire the strategic Tomahawk missiles. Now, coming with the GW are 3 more Tomahawk shooters, Norfolk's own Normandy, the Kearney, and the Annapolis. By the way, the UN inspectors ordered to leave Iraq yesterday, well, they're now here in Bahrain as well. So it looks like we arrived just at the crucial point, and we'll continue with reports as this situation simmers. Alvita and Les, now back to you.
Want to play catch?
No.
What's the matter?
My dad's going away.
Where?
Someplace far away on a ship.
My dad's gone too. He's been gone a long time. Sometimes I think it's been forever.
What the puppets say, the kids feel. Mr. Worry creeps over the top of the stage, and the kids yell for him to go away. Fighting fear and being sad and lonely is something they all know too well.
I keep track of when my dad's coming back, and he's coming back this November.
What do you say on your emails?
I miss him. When he calls me, he tells me that he misses me and all.
Every child in here has a parent that's deployed. Most of them dads, but some moms are gone too. And often it's not just the separation that's making them sad, but the tension that's only natural before deployment.
And my parents yell at me all the time lately.
Most of the time the kids, they get consolation for knowing they're not by themselves and that people get a chance to share their feelings.
As the guided missile cruiser Normandy steams toward the Persian Gulf, one special sailor is on LaRoya Phillips' mind.
My husband and I, we've talked about this. We knew that, things are going to happen. No matter which way you go, this is the world. The world's going to keep on turning, and you do have to keep your spirits up.
Phillips is the ship's ombudsman and the person family members call in times like these, along with Navy Family Services.
And they know to contact their ombudsman, and they're the link between the command and the families.
And that's who you recommend they call?
I recommend they call there. If they don't have the number for their ombudsman, they can call the Family Services Center. We have a 444 Navy 24-hour line.
The buildup is seen by sailors as the right thing to do.
Well, I think it sends to them that America means business and that we're not going to back down. If he wants to start trouble, we're going to be there. So I think it puts a little fear in his heart.
One of the other sailors we talked to is stationed aboard the USS Barry. It leaves for the Persian Gulf Saturday morning.
So it's not going to be the first time I'm there, and it's not going to be for a different reason. It's a repeat of 3 years ago. It's me. It's my job. We go there. Hopefully we don't have to shoot. I could go my whole career and not fire a shot in anger, and I'll be happy, but it's our jobs.
Once we get on station, our role is to be the Tomahawk, ready Tomahawk ship in the Gulf.
The Tomahawk has become the weapon of choice because it's stealthy, accurate, and as an unmanned missile, doesn't risk the life of a pilot.
This is my 4th ship, and I feel real confident because now I'm riding something that's combatant, and I can fight back.
Barry sailors aren't only confident in their equipment, but in themselves.
I can pick up the enemy ships and the enemy aircraft's radars and tell when they're looking at us and when they see us, and by that radar I can tell exactly what that ship is.
Well, aside from the George Washington, Seaman Euler will probably pick up USS Normandy, another Aegis cruiser out of Norfolk, USS Annapolis, a sub out of Connecticut, USS Seattle, an oiler out of New Jersey, and USS Kearney out of Mayport, Florida.
Marcia has 3 children to keep her busy while her husband serves on board the George Washington. They are a handful, and that's a good thing. While the husbands are gone, the Navy wives lean on each other for support.
We tell ourselves it's not so bad, and at least they're not on ground. They're on a boat where they have somewhat more protection.
Marcia's husband works on the flight deck, a potentially dangerous area, especially in a hot zone.
They could probably work 12 plus hours, and I know it's hectic up there on the flight deck. And so my husband's up there all the time. He lives on the flight deck. And when you have so much traffic going on and off that flight deck, you never know what's going to happen.
Marcia has been a Navy wife 9 years. Her husband was in Desert Storm. She knows the danger is real.
My kids need a father. And a lot of people don't realize the danger that they're in when they go. And some people make light of the situation. I don't. I know how bad it was the first cruise when he left and was gone almost 8 months. I know.
Well, good morning, Andy. There are several things developing out here. The biggest news is that Iraq has started rationing fuel, and that is in preparation for war. Iraq senses a lack of support for the United States in this conflict, and indeed many countries, including some traditional allies, now view Iraq as the victim of years of unnecessary sanctions. This perspective certainly has emboldened Saddam Hussein, which could make a military conflict with the U.S. and the UN a virtual certainty. Now, if that happens, the U.S. will be ready with lots of sailors from Hampton Roads. As we know, the Norfolk-based aircraft carrier George Washington has been ordered into the Gulf. It should be here within a week. She brings 3 warships, the Norfolk-based cruiser Normandy, the destroyer Kearney, and submarine Annapolis, all capable of firing the deadly Tomahawk missiles. In the Gulf already, the Norfolk-bound carrier Nimitz with a squadron of Tomcats out of Oceania. They're joined by the Norfolk-based Elrod and by 16 other ships, 6 of which can fire those deadly Tomahawks. Now, right now, everyone is watching how Iraq will respond to the resumption of the U-2 reconnaissance flights over Iraq. Without the weapons inspectors in the country, we know that they were kicked out yesterday, these U-2 flights take on an increased importance. The flights should resume Sunday or Monday. And if Hussein fires upon these planes, or even if he just paints them with some of that ground-based radar, it could push the conflict to a head. Andy, we're going to continue with our reports from the Persian Gulf as these tensions escalate, as they appear to. I'm Cy Bolton for WAVY News 10. Now back to you.